And what did Yaakov say when he was blessing his sons before he passed away? Chalav, we smile. The white of our teeth is worth more than giving someone something tangible, like blessing. Yaakov, well, one of the Meforshim, one of the commentaries said, when we show the white, as in chalav, of our teeth by smiling, that's giving person a very, I think, Maxine. No, you could sit here if you want.
Thank you. Just talk. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just not worried. Love to. Okay, so so that's Adar. We can work on Simcha during Adar. I have a funny HR. When it comes off, I work on Simcha. Like not work. I like all of a sudden become happy. It's like, oh, hello. But I don't know. It's like I don't know what it is. But I just wake up to. I'm not working. I wake up to be happy. I have to like tone it down. I don't know. But Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. We have a lot to be thankful for. Hashem is showing us miracles today. It's almost like the time of the Megillah, the time of Purim. How he's showing us miracles, and
every week, big miracles.
And what we don't know about is every minute. I said the flows Gedolos Levado. He does them alone. You mean alone? Meaning we don't even know about the miracles he does. We're walking down the street and there's a big bee or a hornet in front of us. We don't hear it buzzing. We don't see it, and it just missed us. And I just heard of something. People in California were walking home from shul, and as they're walking, a big tree fell inches behind them, mamish inches, and they were saved, Baruch Hashem. So he does a lot. And I want to thank the official Schachter, and I want to thank everyone for coming, and Judy for bringing us together, and Hashem for giving us Ador, Simcha, Eretz Yisrael, Shabbos. Like we have so much to thank him about. So this past Shabbos was Shabbos Shkolim. Every Jew had to give a half a shekel. And this is it's so beautiful. Till today, we give a half a shekel right before Purim. Now it says in the Torah, Ha Asher Hadalo Yamit, one who is poor should not give less than half a shekel. Va Asher, one who's rich should not give more. The rich man could think, half a shekel, I could buy the place. I could give $5 million without blinking, write out a check, swap this, whatever. No problem. No, give a half a shekel. Hashem gave you a big gift of being very, very wealthy, but don't take it to heart. Like I'm better than the other one who gives just a small, measly amount. Give a half a shekel. The poor person, I don't have much money. Give a half. You're equal. We're equal in Hashem's eyes, the rich and the poor. And it goes also on spiritual richness and poverty. The very holy man who's busy learning and davening, doing chesed, could say, I give a lot more. I contribute a lot more to the Mishkan. I'm a bigger mitzvah doer or a bigger Talmud Chacham. No, a half a shekel. And the poor person who hardly does mitzvahs, the dal in Ruchnias, dal, lactose means like thin and small and watered down. He's watered down. In Yiddish, he doesn't daven so much. I saw this woman, she said, I'm not so frum. I don't go to shul. I don't daven mincha. Certainly not Marv. None of those things. Maybe not Shach. She's so much amuna, and so much we should just pray to be at a small level of her great amuna. And so we can't judge each other and even ourselves. But we're all equal, and we're not full. We're not complete unless we're with someone else. I cannot give. No one can give a whole shekel. This is a shekel to contribute to the Mishkan, to the tabernacle. And nobody could give a whole one because they're like, no, I'm on my own. I'm good. I'm complete. No, you're a half, and your friend is a half, and your brother is a half.
Why the shekel?
Instead of what?
Instead of charging the nation, you count the shekel and see how many nations we have.
So what would you suggest? Well, that's a very good question. If anyone has an answer why we do a half a shekel. But one answer was, so we should not feel complete and have party and say, I'm on my own and I'm
completed, even though you give the shekel.
We are complete. We're complete. There's no...
Because we have a shed in the road. Like, only the shekel, only the gashnim.
Right. In spirituality, there's no such thing as complete as a broken heart. Mm-hmm. And broken heart does not mean sadness. It means yearning and wanting to be whole with Hashem. but certainly not sadness. Sadness is not a thing that, it's not,
Right,
sadness
right.
is not good. Because it keeps us away from all the good. Keeps us actually in bed, keeps us not doing anything. But happiness brings us life and excitement to do good, to do mitzvahs, to do what Hashem wants.
Now, why do some
Amen.
people say when they're like doing Sabracha and they're, really sad?
Yeah.
There's nothing more, and they really cry tears like to Hashem. There's nothing more whole than a broken heart. But
I think the broken heart is not coming from a place of sadness, it's coming from a place of yearning.
But I've always heard people use that
Right,
phrase
right.
in a situation where somebody's, like,
Cheers to you.
they're crying to Hashem for Yeshua, like they feel so broken, but actually then they're davening to Hashem with their full heart, like they're really crying tears
Yeah.
of joy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, not tears of sadness, yearning, like, please Hashem help me, or I need you, like there's no one else.
I've done
Yes,
that.
Yeah.
but the
That's why there's a hotel.
right, but
Yes,
but
right.
in the tears you have Emunah to Hashem.
So but I agree with what you're saying too.
And those.
But sometimes, like I'm yearning for something, but it's not until I'm really feeling it with my full heart and tears come
Uh-huh.
that I'm more invested. There's more of me and
But
the outpouring.
But
It's
you
also
can feel the
tears of
difference
simcha.
between that and sadness. Sadness is takes me away from
Yeah,
being
no, I'm not talking about like being depressed.
about
I
yearning,
understand.
about wanting, about needing something.
When you have
Well,
darkest place, that's when
Tears
your
of
light
simcha,
comes
just trying to say,
better
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rabbi
No,
Akiva.
but like when my husband was several years ago when he fell and he was completely paralyzed, and I was in the hospital with him by his side, like he couldn't even like move his hand, couldn't even use his fingers. And I was like, every day, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I didn't tell him what the doctors originally told me. I thought I'm just gonna give him hope.
Right.
And then like I was sleeping in chairs, and one morning, I helped him, like get ready, and finally got him transferred from the bed to the chair so he could start eating. And the doctor came in and he started yelling at me, "You're not supposed to be here right now." And he's doing rounds,
Oh.
And if you
Yes.
want to continue staying here in the hospital, you have to follow the rules. So I left, and then I went to the Bais Medrash in the shul, and I started crying. It was like I was holding so much in,
Everything
but
you would-
really, it was like the biggest
A
release
release.
because it helped me cry and then really communicate with Hashem. Because until then, I was strong husband, I was just
Yeah,
holding
no.
everything in. So I don't know. That's just one situation.
Never one is
Whenever we-
the tears of simcha. Number one is tears of simcha. Number two, just because the doctor trying to scream at you to go out doesn't mean that he doesn't like you anymore.
No, it wasn't
The same,
that. It
the
was
same.
just. It was a
That's all.
scary time. No,
I
it-
understand.
Yeah.
When we
I was just really fragile, and it was really
Yeah.
hard situation.
And that
and
took it over the, you were at your
But it
point
was
breaking
really
it.
a blessing in
blessing.
disguise that he brought me to tears. And I knew it wasn't about him. Like he was just an emissary of Hashem, but helped me cry.
It's a healthy
And then
balance
really
in our
pour out my
lives.
heart to Hashem then.
It's very important
Instead
to
of
let it out,
everything
to
down.
cry to Hashem,
What
because
is
if you keep it stuffed inside and stuck inside, shalom, shalom. We keep it stuck
Anyways, that's
inside,
just one situation.
it doesn't come out and it festers and it makes us heavier and heavier and more like feeling badly. But when we can let it out, let's say to Hashem, with tears, with feelings, with all the heaviness in my heart, afterwards, Ma?
The Beit Knesset.
Sorry.
Afterwards, what's left? After a good cry, after a good prayer, like you described, we feel lighter. We feel like it's all out. We feel released, a relief.
Exactly.
Like,
Like
and-
he did me
and
the
we-
biggest kindness. He was like, he was the head of the department,
Wow.
and he had the power to like not let me be in the court. All right.
And there's a balance to that. We have to pray and not have to, but it's
I'm sorry.
it's healthy to pray and beg Hashem for what we need, beg Hashem for our lacks, and tell him how we're feeling. So-and-so hurt me. So-and-so made me feel bad. I hurt someone else, which is worse, and made someone feel bad. And then at the end, when we got it all out, we feel pure, we feel clean, we feel like light,
And closer
And
to Hashem.
closer to Hashem, say
You know,
first. And that's the other 23 hours of the day. What's left? Yom Simcha. Shad Yom Sha'achad Liachei Lipalel Hashem. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
The folding thing over the.
It doesn't go high enough.
Oh, okay, it doesn't tilt forward enough.
I'll
Got
do
it.
it. Here, you go. Right here, it'll be available in copies.
Take your
You
time.
talk about,
Now it's good. Now we're good. So you can have as much.
you talk about keeping inside the questions, so I heard an unbelievable story from a woman that's divorced, she shared a story in a way that illustrates this, and it helps you see clearly why we have to get it out. So this woman, her husband was a Rosh Hashiva for 7 years. I'm not gonna tell you where I heard this story, but I heard directly from this woman. Her husband was a Rosh Hashiva for 7 years. And you know this thing that happened years ago about Mumbai in India, when people were killed? How do you say it?
Mumbai.
Yeah, so his mother was killed, a terrible way. And they came to the door and told him about it, the IDF or whoever it was, and they said, and you can have therapy, free therapy. He said, I don't need therapy, I have a Muna. 2 weeks later, he cracked, totally cracked, because the picture of his mother was in front of him all the time. He totally became a different person to the point that threw him out of Rosh Hashiva. He became such a hard person to live with off the there, and his wife had to get a divorce from him. Oh, what did I learn from that? I've thought about it a lot since then. So he knew all this Torah and everything, but he thought that with pain, the Torah and all that he knows is gonna help him, but no, we have to get that grief out inside.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what Hashem wants. He wants us to let it out. Yeah.
I think there's also a feeling, it's a time to be sad, it's a time to be happy.
Yes.
It's a process. If we ignore it or leave it in, it's not going to go away. It's going to explode one day.
It's actually a normal emotion.
Yeah.
We're supposed to.
But we have a very good Eitzah from Rabbi Nachum, because he talked a lot about being happy. Thanks, be happy. I'm sad. What else? Be happy. Thanks. I have a long list of why I'm sad. It's almost Shabbos, yeah, but I'm not. It doesn't excite me. I'm not in the mood. I'm not happy. So what does he say? Take off an hour or 24 hours. And that hour in the beginning could be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and just pour it all out. All your problems, all your worries, all your heaviness, also all your gratitude. Pour it out to Hashem. He listens, he's there, he helps you. He has wide shoulders. And after that, when I'm feeling free, because like you felt after in the hospital, when you just let it all out, the rest of the day I can be happy. And so that beautiful combination works.
Right.
Because without that hour or whatever of just discussing my day, my life, my problems, my frustrations, how am I supposed to be happy the rest of the day? And so together it's a beautiful combination. And Baruch Hashem, we learned from Parsha Zachar also, which is coming up this week. It's called Parsha Zachar. We remember what Amalek did. Amalek wanted us to be sad. Amalek wanted us to question Hashem. Amalek wanted us to have doubt. And what do? We stamp on Amalek, and we do it at a time of joy. It could have been Parshas Amalek, could have been an Av. Get rid of Amalek. That sounds very like Churban Beis Hamikdash, like the destruction. No, now's the time to get rid of Amalek. We have a fighting chance because we're happy, and we're stepping on our doubt. We're stepping on the heaviness. We're stepping on the Yetzer Hara, on the sadness. And that's what Parshas Amalek, Parshas Zachar is about. And so we're talking about Amalek, which is still here today. Amalek is like the bad that wants us away from Hashem, wants us to become not the Am HaNetzach. We've seen so much the captives when they come back, how we are Am HaNetzach. We are the people of eternity. Nothing is going to break us and nothing is going to stop us. We're one with Hashem. And Amalek's still trying. Torah says Amalek is here for every single generation. And the word Amalek is the same letters as the word Safek. Safek equals doubt. What does he want to do? He wants us to doubt Hashem, to doubt ourselves, and to be down on ourselves. And we're not going to let him. Thank you so much. We're not going to let him. Just today, I wanted to do something for an hour this morning, and I only made it 20 minutes. So here I am on the bus saying, boy, you fell far from your goal of an hour. You felt really short. 20 minutes is 1/3. And then I said, wait, you did 20 minutes. That's great. Don't think of that you fell short, you lack 40. Think of the 20 you did. Think of what I am doing, not what I can't do. Think of what I want to do, not what I'm afraid to. If we think positively, we start to act in that way. Positive thinking. Machshava and besimcha are the same exact letters. Machshava is thought, besimcha is enjoy. And if you notice, they're the exact same letters. Each has a mem.
That's crazy.
Right, each because
it is crazy.
here's a mem, and here's
In
a
a good way.
ches, and
Yeah.
here's a sin,
Hmm.
base, and hey, because
Oh my goodness.
you see,
Miriam, you're amazing.
it's not, no, I tried to make it up. I heard it, I learned it because the simcha v'machshava, the Baal Shem Tov says you are where your mind is. So we can be in the worst place, like a place called prison. Remember Rabbi,
Sebastian.
right? But he was happy. So it doesn't matter where we are, it matters where our mind is. And if our mind is Davek Hashem, singing a song, loving Hashem, to be happy wherever we are. And that's one of the highest things that Doba always teaches. She teaches about bitachon, about having faith in Hashem. To wake up in the morning and say, I'm exactly where I should be, where I want to be, physically, geographically, in my mind. It's perfect, Hashem. That gives me the push, that gives me the oomph, that gives me the motivation to have a good day and to live my day and not to waste it with sadness or with if only that and I wish that and could have been different. I would be much better if I had whatever, different family, different neighbor, different education. You got exactly what's perfect for you. Enjoy it and go with it. And we learned this from Purim. There's Purim. Everything looked very, 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 very bleak. And Haman was against us, Achashverosh, and we went to that party that Achashverosh made, and everything was very, very black. And you know what? Hashem saved us. He saved us from everything. And Purim happens every single year in our lives, personally and as Jewish people. So now's a good time to be filled with a lot of hope. And wow, if we get a little bit to the Parsha, it's beautiful Parsha Tetzaveh. It's the one Parsha in the whole Torah, the 5 books of Moses from the day that Moshe was born, which was Shmos, I think, or by Shmos probably, till the end, till Zosaf Bracha. He's mentioned every single Parsha except this one, Tetzaveh, because he said to Hashem, if you're going to kill the Jewish people, because right after receiving the Torah, the holy highest point in our history, Jewish people went and made an egel, made avodah zarah, made a golden calf. So Hashem, like they left Hashem. So Moshe said to him, if you're going to take away people, wipe me out. I don't want any part. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to be a nothing, because he was so intrinsically such a beautiful leader, such a beautiful father. He loved us so much. He didn't care about himself. And so Hashem did not erase Moshe from the whole Torah, but from one parsha, which is this week's upcoming parsha, Va'ata Tetzaveh. So you think maybe Hashem was upset at Moshe, and that was his, let's say, punishment. Now, if a person says to a father, I don't care about myself, I care about your children, I care about your child, what would make him more beloved to the father? And we see it in the first 2 words of our parsha, Tetzaveh. Somebody like to read the first 2 words of the parsha? The first 2 words. Va'ata Tetzaveh. Hashem says to Moses, Va'ata Tetzaveh, you should command the Jewish people. Who's he talking to? How many of us did, I don't know, did Hashem ever say to you that Va'at? And you? He didn't never said that to me. I feel it, but he never said it. He said it to Moshe, Ata. They were one-to-one talking. He held Moses in such high esteem and with so much love for being such a a wonderful, caring leader that he said, Tetzaveh. What did he ask Moses to teach us for all the generations? Would you like to continue?
Yes, ואז בני ישראל ויקחו אליך שמן זית דק.
Wonderful. So Hashem said to Moses, please command the Jewish people to take oil and to light the candles. And the Or HaChaim says that Moses is in every single generation. There's a Moshe Rabbeinu in our generation. The rabbis in the Gemara used to call each other Moshe because his neshama is in us, and the light is burning. How does he want the light to burn? We hold it there and we wait for it to come up on its own. That means every single Jewish soul has the light of Hashem inside of us. And it's just waiting to be flickered, to be kindled. It's like the pilot light. It's like the pilot light. Okay.
Sorry that I am like, I'm having tears of simcha, and you should all know that. Why am I crying now? Because Miriam Kraus is the best teacher and of the whole life.
Full of a chesed to everybody.
Lots of chesed, lots of love. And we should know that Purim is really on the way and coming now. And we're talking about Parsha Zachar and the Machasida Sheker and whatever, blah, blah, blah. You should know that Purim is such a wonderful thing to have, and also the Mazel Dugin exposed my initials to this Mazel for Purim, like Dugin, Doug,
Yes.
Dini Gutman.
Oh,
So that's
her
why.
initials spell Doug.
Exactly. So this is, and also why am I crying now? Because I really want Mashiach to come, and I really want to build up the Beit Medrash, and we should be happy, and we should be mushar, and all the light of everything that's here with us, and this is why I'm crying. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming.
We love
Thank you.
too.
You're so pure. A bracha from you is
A bracha from you.
You're so pure. And you know, sweetheart, no one like Dini. So the Torah says that we have it in us, each of us, the farthest Jew from Hashem, in somewhere in India, somewhere in Africa, somewhere in Manhattan, somewhere even in Jerusalem, that's so far from Hashem, has such a yearning for Hashem, such a desire. It talks here about Ratzon. We have a strong, fiery yearning to be close to Hashem. And just think of the captives that came home after 500 days, so many days in captivity. And to look at them where they grew up, kibbutz. One of them never ever said Shema Yisrael before he was in captivity. He never said those words. When he was there, he said it every single day. And he said a bracha on everything he ate. He said mizonos. He didn't know there's a special bracha for like fruit is ha'etz. He said borei minei mizonos on every single thing that he ate. Well, thank you very much. And when he came back, his family asked him, what would you like for the first Friday night meal in our home? You know, reunited and you're alive. He said, I don't want special food. I want a kippah and I want kiddush. The Jewish people were held through these years with amunah. That's faith kept them going in alone in the dark tunnels. They were given a flashlight. He didn't open it every Shabbos. That means he was alone, cold. They lived above miracles. Two of them had asthma, at least one. Asthma in such conditions is deadly. And here he is. And Hashem was with them. They said, I don't know, I just felt something high, felt Hashem, felt faith. And they come out and say, this is what will unite the whole Jewish people. Whether we look this way or that way, or come from Meisharim or Herzliya, we're all one. That's what we learn in this Parsha, to light the menorah. That's the candle that's burning in each of our hearts for Hashem. It doesn't take a lot to ignite it because it's there anyway. it's there anyway. Very, very strong. And in Kutei Halachos it says, the source of our neshama is desire. Each of us has inside of us a light that's flickering, that's lit for Hashem, with tremendous yearning for Hashem. That's called the Or HaNeshama Nikret Ner. Ner Hashem Nishmas Adam. The light of Hashem is our neshama. And you know, you have a very holy neshama. But the Or HaNer, Yachol Ha'ir, and all the darkness. This is what lit up the captives they were literally in the darkness. It lit them up. One daughter said about her father, he didn't just survive, he came back stronger than when he left. What do you hear about that? We read some of the Maccabi, you know, like Hanukkah story, Purim story, and we go, oh, that's beautiful.
Story.
This is the story of 2025. This is today, because this is the Jewish people, Am Lanetzach. We can be so proud and thankful that we're Jews, so proud and thankful that we're part of this amazing nation, people, sisters and brothers. One woman said that at work, her non-Jewish colleague says, what is it with you guys? You're always helping each other. You always care about each other. You're like sisters and brothers. And what's going on here? Somebody gets a flat tire. So one non-Jew that lived like in New York, he had in his trunk like a Hasidic hat, you know, that hat and coat to look like a religious Jew. And whenever he got a flat tire, he put it on. So they were there in a minute. Yes. Yeah, I believe so. But even, they're also there to a non-Jew. They're also there to anyone. We give a kidney to anyone. We help everyone. They come and this is a Jewish soul. This is a Jewish goodness. We're Rahmanim, Baishanim, on what's the third one? Gomle Chasadim. And we get it from Abraham, we get it from Yitzhak, we get it from our dear mothers, the Helig mamas, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. And this alone can make us happy. But Michael Dorfman Zatzal, who we were very close to, said the fact that we're Jewish, we could dance on the streets. We could dance. Exactly. We could dance around the table and to thank Hashem. And Purim is a time to really to remember this and to feel this. There were four exiles. We're in the fourth one, and it's like almost Shabbos. It's almost the end of the exile. It's almost Gula Barachami. We could smell it. We could smell the fish of the Livyasan. I bet you're going to make it with your soup. You'll serve soup.
Helpers.
I know it's probably being a spot.
Sorry to interrupt you.
In the Haggadah, and somebody taught me the Israeli way of how to wrap it with this plastic wrap. Just bring it in the pot, you know.
I thought you had a car ride here.
No, I shipped it from home.
It's like up those steps.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
You need a
Thank God my Agala has wheels. You know?
But the wheel that you have is only from a ship.
When I come down the Rechov, and then
Very.
That's why it's so yummy. That's why full of love and Mrs. Nafish.
You want to do something, Hashem gives.
Just right.
It's with love.
If you need to write that.
Hey.
So this is the first three exiles. We were redeemed because of the merit and the love of our three fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. This is why are we here in exile so long? We will be redeemed by the love and the zechus, the merit of Moshe. Because Moshe Rabbeinu, he has patience, and he says, we're not doing it. We're not bringing Mashiach. Hashem says the same thing. Moshe learned from Hashem. Tzaddik learns from Hashem. Hashem is full of rachamim and says, Mashiach isn't coming till you're all on the train. Every single Jew, no matter how far, he might not know he's a Jew. He might not, his mother, grandmother didn't know. He grew up in the Catholic Church in Moscow. We're not bringing, Mashiach is not coming until he and all of us are recognize Hashem and are back under his Shechina so we can celebrate together part of Mashiach's coming. And we learned that from Bata Tetzaveh, the Orach Chaim says that Moshe Rabbeinu is is bringing us Mashiach at the right time, because not one of us is going to be left alone. Not one of us. And the word Tetzaveh is interesting. It's you should command. I'm just going to this is thanks. Tetzaveh means like to command, because does anyone see the word in here that would be like Tetzaveh in Egypt? That would show us that a word of a commandment. Tzav,
Right,
Tzav, or Tzivoy. There's 613 commandments, Tzav. The word Tzav also means to be together, like Sevet. Did you ever hear the word Sevet? Sevet is like a group of people that work together. And it's to be Tzavta, right? Thank you. Together. What does the mitzvahs do? The mitzvah brings us together with Hashem and together with each other. That's what the 613 mitzvahs do. Hashem loves us so much, he wants us to be part of him. So that's the word Sav. Like you said, to be part with Hashem and part with each other. So it's a win-win. We do a mitzvah. We smile, like you said, thus it doesn't cost anything. And your beautiful white teeth. And we smile to each other, and it lights up our day, and it makes us, we have a friend here that was driving along in her car, and she got to a red light, and somebody driving next to her smiled to her. She didn't know the person. Oh, wow. Is that a stamp?
Yeah.
It stamps a smiley on the paper?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Can I have a stamp? Wow, it's official now. Wow.
Yeah.
This is like, remember how much
I know
stamps?
that.
He stamped it. We should be.
Anybody else want to smile?
Achashverosh had a stamp decree that we'd be killed. This is the opposite. It's official now. Stamp of Hadassah. That we're happy and that we have hope, and that when are the times that it's. Thank you. Wow. Is this a pen or something?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I love
amazing.
it. I love it.
Oh.
I'm important.
That's on you. That's part of you.
Oh, no.
See, you have a mitzvah wherever you go, because you make everyone happy. That's the big mitzvah. She just has to walk to the store. She got like 3,000 mitzvahs. It's a pen?
Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
That is
It's from
great.
the Mac stop.
Deanie wants
What a
one.
bracha.
And check it's even got. Oh, I'm totally joking. Forget it. Let's do it.
No, we're happy to hear.
No, I just here. And I go.
Oh, wow,
I'm a child.
I'm a child at heart for sure.
Second child.
Wow.
Every single one had child
Fun.
in themselves.
That is so much
You
fun.
know?
So cute.
So we should smile at people. 1 minute.
Mac
They
stop.
have to smile.
They come back.
Where is Judy?
They say it.
One time my husband was walking up.